Starting today, Kentucky has joined the majority of the United States in requiring businesses to have a license to sell nicotine products. Tonight, we're breaking down what exactly this will mean for businesses going forward and why advocates from the American Lung Association say it's so important. Wave News reporter Julia Richardson has more. Julia.
Alina, advocates from the American Lung Association say you technically have to be 21 or older to purchase vape or tobacco products, but Kentucky teens still exceed the national average for e-cigarette use. They hope requiring license will bring that number down, but some business owners aren't thrilled with what more state oversight could mean for customers who are of age.
We have a youth use crisis in Kentucky.
The American Lung Association reports that nearly 20% of Kentucky high schoolers use e-cigarettes, nearly doubling the number nationwide. Shannon Baker is the director of advocacy for the American Lung Association in Kentucky and Tennessee. She believes part of the blame for the crisis of kids and teens using these products lies in the businesses that sell them.
Some retailers are in fact selling to people under the age of 21.
But Senate Bill 100, passed in 2025, states that starting Thursday, all retailers selling vape and tobacco products have to apply for a license. This will allow the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control to keep track of the business's physical locations. ABC will then be able to carry out enforcement checks at any time they want in order to identify which businesses may be selling to underage people.
The person who cuts your hair has to have a license in Kentucky, but the businesses that sell these dangerous products were not required to hold a license.
It's very frustrating because we do try our best to comply. We do have to comply.
Some smoke shop owners have spoken out about these additional laws in the past and that they create more issues for businesses. Rob Bowen owns Nice Guy Vapors in Western Kentucky. He says he already has state regulations and inspections that he follows. Now he's seeing a dip in business.
We have no violations, but yet it seems like that once we are in compliance, that there's another rule yet that develops and we have to follow.
But people like Shannon Baker tell me this is a move that is long overdue.
It is crucial for the public's, and especially our kids' health, safety, and welfare.
I did reach out to several vape shops in Louisville to comment on this story, and that either could not talk today or declined an interview. Baker tells me other states without laws like SB 100 have started to write their own legislation to mirror Kentucky's. Julia Richardson, Wave News.